Welcome to Smart Parents, Successful Students, the podcast that helps parents like you guide your children toward academic confidence and success. I'm your host, Helen Panos, and I'm here to share expert tips, proven strategies, and inspiring stories that make the journey to school success a little smoother for both you and your student. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Smart Parents, Successful Students podcast. I'm your host, Helen Panos, and I am here with a guest who's been with us before in the past, not only on the podcast, but I have interviewed her on Facebook Lives. We've known each other, I don't know how many years now, Laurie? At least 5.
I was about to say at least 5.
Yeah. So Laurie Genevish is here with us today. Her company's called My Ideal College. Welcome, Laurie, to the show.
Thank you, Helen. Pleasure is always.
You're welcome. Always a pleasure to have you. I am going to introduce Laurie, and then she'll tell us a little bit about how she journeyed to where she is in this company, for those of you that don't know that story. But Laurie is the founder of My Ideal College, an educational consulting practice that helps parents guide their teens through post-high school planning with a career-first approach. Unlike traditional college counselors, she uses the Harrison assessment tool to help families explore all pathways, including college, trades, gap years. Oops, did I hear gap? Gap years and workforce entry. That wasn't a word when I was in college, sorry. Rather than defaulting to the 4-year degree track, like most people think they have to do, right? As a mom of 2, she took completely different routes after high school herself. She brings both professional expertise and personal experience to help parents have productive conversations with their teens about their future. Woo! Yay! I agree with that. So Laurie, tell us a little bit about your journey to what got you to where you are today in My Ideal College.
Yeah. So, like a lot of parents, you think you have the roadmap all figured out, right? Because when your beautiful baby is born, you're like, oh, when they go off to college and they graduate and they get this wonderful job, that's our dreams. They go to high school, we tour some colleges, they pick they want, and that's what you do, right? I mean, that's how life is. But my 2 kids had completely different ideas. My oldest joined the Marine Reserves and is working, which is good. And my younger one is actually studying architecture in college. So 2 completely different paths, but both were right for them. So that experience really opened my eyes I started looking around and realizing that parents are sort of stuck in this panic cycle. My kid doesn't know what they want to do. We better start looking at colleges now. And I kept thinking, wait, you're picking a college before you even know what direction they're going to take? That's backwards. Like, think about when you go to buy a vehicle, right? If you pick a vehicle before you decide the destination, are you going to take it off-roading? Is it for cross country, running errands? What are you looking for? Why are you making this investment? What is it going to get you? So that's what led me to start My Ideal College. And as you said earlier, I use the Harrison Work Preferences Questionnaire to change this whole approach. So instead of focusing on college planning first we focus on career planning, and then what are the best pathways based on that.
Cool. Well, when parents come to you saying, here we go, my teen has no idea what they want to do with their life. We haven't heard that one at all. What would be your first piece of advice?
So, of course, that's normal, right? Most teens don't know what they want to do. And it's not about having their entire lives figured out. That's not realistic. But what I've learned is that most teens, don't have no idea right? They just don't have the language or the framework to articulate what they think they might like and how that might articulate into a job. So they may not know they would enjoy civil engineering, but they probably know they like building things, solving problems, or working with their hands.
Hmm.
So my first advice is don't ask them what do you want to be. Talk things like, what do you love doing, what comes naturally to you. And so, again, that's why to me taking a good career assessment can really change all that for you and quickly help you identify those different things.
Correct. Yeah. Terrific. Yeah. I mean, that is a common question. I don't think I knew what I wanted to do even when I was done with high school. If I'm thinking back, did you, Lori?
Well, no, I thought for sure I wanted to be a marine biologist. I went to school for marine biology, and then it was not till I got in college realized how much math was involved, and I was like, "Oh, I hate math." So, yeah.
And I wanted to be a nurse. I don't know if I've ever told you this. And I'm like,
No.
as time went on, I'm like, people are trying to draw my blood. I'm like, I do not like this. So I am not going to be doing this to anybody else. So teachers sound a whole lot better. And actually, this is my second profession, teaching. I was in corporate America first.
Oh, wow. And
Yeah.
that's the point, right? We're gonna change jobs, but it's like you're making that investment,
Hmm.
unless, some kids go to private school and all that, but, for the most part, you haven't paid for this education. Now you're paying for it, so you really better be paying attention to it.
Right. A lot more expensive nowadays, too.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
how can parents tell if their teen is actually ready for a 4-year degree or college, let's say, or if they might be better suited for a different path?
Yeah, and you know what? This is such an important question because we've made college the default instead of a choice. And
Mm-hmm.
so I
Oh,
always
and
tell.
by the way, school systems are pushing that.
Oh, yeah, I know, I know. I mean, I work with these kids. They're like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, so anyway, I'll go down a rabbit hole if I go down it. But, first, you need to think about, does your teen have academic momentum, right? Are they self-motivated to do their schoolwork? Are you constantly having to push them to study? Because college does require even more independence and self-discipline. And if they're struggling now, more academics might not be the right answer.
Mm,
So, and second is, do they have any sense of direction? So, and again, they don't need to know their, exact career life, but, they should have a sense of idea of what does interest them. If they're going to college because that's just what you do, then you're looking at a very expensive exploration phase. And there
mhm.
are better ways to explore. And I can tell you, I've worked with many college students who use college as a very expensive exploration phase.
Mhm.
Um, and third is, and this one is huge, are they emotionally and socially ready for this? Can they advocate for themselves? Can they manage their time? Can they handle setbacks? I've seen brilliant kids struggle in college because they just weren't ready to navigate that level of independence. So, if your answer to any of these is not really, that doesn't mean college is off the table forever. It just means maybe a gap year makes sense, or starting a community college, exploring a trade program, maybe the military, where they can
Mhm.
earn while they learn, right? And the goal
Right,
is about finding that right path at the right time, not forcing a timeline that fits your kid.
right, and not instilling what I guess we all learned back in the day, which was go to college, go to college.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you look at Google, the Google guy, and some other people are talking like maybe they don't need to go to college. I mean, look at how things are changing, even AI and the technology. A lot of kids, if they're automatically kind of teaching themselves about technology, they may just be automatically prone and passionate about that. So might not need anything but may possibly a tech school. Who knows? Depends on what they want to do with that, you know, AI technology. There's so many careers just within technology.
Well,
Um,
I know someone who went to Google has a coding program. It's like they're almost their own certification, and now she's making a bunch of money working for Google
and
all through
did
that
she go to
certification.
college or no?
She
She never
she
did.
started and realized it wasn't for her.
Oh, great. Okay. So it worked
Yeah,
out. Great.
yeah.
That's terrific. So, how about this one? My teen shuts down every time I try to talk about their future. I bet boys, maybe more so, even. Well, just a niche in my head. I'm thinking boys.
Yeah.
What's one conversation starter that actually works with resistant teens?
Oh, and as a mom, I get it. you
Right,
know,
boys.
I hear this all the time. And the thing is, the teens aren't shutting down because they don't care. They're shutting down because they feel overwhelmed or they feel pressured, right? And they're worried about disappointing you.
Hmm.
So my favorite conversation starter is something like, I've been thinking, what's something you do where time just flies by, right? Like you look up and wow, it's been 3 hours. I thought it's been 5 minutes. Um, and it's a non threatening kind of question. So you're not asking about college or careers. You're talking about what they enjoy. Maybe it's gaming, or maybe it's cooking, or working on cars, or making TikToks, helping friends with problems. And the key is you ask a question, then listen, right? Don't immediately jump into, oh, you should be a game designer. Be curious, ask follow-up questions like, wow, what is it about that do you love? Like, what do you find
Mhm.
fascinating about it? Because when you really start doing this, it's starting to help them see patterns in what they like to enjoy and what
Mhm.
energizes them. And once they start talking about what they love, you're way more open exploring how could those translate into a future path. The secret is, as a parent, is taking pressure off. You're not trying to solve their whole future conversation. It's just trying to help them understand who they are right now. And that is where the clarity starts.
Can I ask you a quick question that I'm just throwing in here?
Sure,
I know
go
you can
ahead.
handle it. So, what about parents will see their kids go to college and they thought that that's what they want to do, and then they take a gap year, let's say right after their sophomore year, they change their career, they
Yeah,
change their, I'm sorry, their degree,
yeah.
um, and but they're still seeing them kind of struggling. What do you think about that situation? That have you seen that type of situation? Or you don't deal with that as much?
I don't deal with that. I get them in college when they're in college and they can't figure it out, so I help them
Earlier on.
figure it out.
It's better you
Um,
figure it out earlier on than the situation I just described.
exactly. Well, like I worked with this young man. He was on his third college,
Mm,
and
okay.
his parents were like, "Okay, maybe we need to rethink this." And I don't fault parents, right? I mean, I myself, our kids are going to go to college. I mean, that's just what we've always known, right?
Right.
Um, and so, in working with him, we identified he actually would love to be. He would work well as an auto mechanic. Like he would light up talking about cars.
Awesome. Yeah,
And they didn't even know Mercedes Benz has this awesome program.
they do. That's right.
And because but I do hear from parents, but if they don't go, then they'll never go back, right?
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the case, and they may not need to. I mean, the world is so much different than when we were in school,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
because college has gotten so expensive, um, and honestly, we're also hearing too that these kids, even when they graduate from college, they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to network. They don't, some of those key social skills that I also teach the teens when I work with them
Yeah.
is so important. That
Yeah.
those kind of skills are going to get them a lot further.
I was just doing an interview before you, and it's exactly what we were just talking about was skills.
Hmm.
And yeah, those are pretty important because, of course, they're not being taught in school. I see a lot of moms are, again, not anybody's fault. They're working.
Right.
And I think we think automatically that they're just going to get this, but a lot of that is parents kind of taking the time to kind of, I don't know, role model that. And if they're not around, there's nothing
Yeah,
to role model, right? So,
exactly.
yeah, I agree there. But I thought I'd ask you that. How can people actually reach you? And I know
Uh,
you have some webinars that come up every so often, correct? How can
yeah.
they
So
how can
yeah.
they track
So
that as you
yeah.
add
So
them?
check my website. I will be posting on my website, or also follow me on Facebook at My Ideal College. And on Instagram, it's I had to change it because it got hacked.
Oh no.
It's MIC official, I think, or official My Ideal College. Think it'll be in the show notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My
If you
ideal
go,
college underscore official.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't get them to take down the other one. So yeah.
Oh no. Gotta love that hacking stuff, right?
I know. I know. They caught me at a weak moment and yeah.
So everybody reach out to Lori. She is doing some terrific webinars. They're normally free, correct? Am I
Oh, yeah,
correct?
yep, they're always free. Yep.
Yeah, it's myidealcollege.org. It will be in the show notes, and then she'll have them out there periodically, and you can catch when the next one is. And I'm sure there'll be some in the winter, spring for you to catch when you see this show come on live. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Lori, once again for coming on our show. And everybody, have a great day and rest of your week. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Smart Parents Successful Students podcast. If you found today's episode insightful, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and check out our YouTube channel for even more tips to help your student thrive. Until next time, keep guiding your children towards success.